Hi, and welcome to my very first episode of this new podcast talking about magic mushroom experiences, microdosing, magic truffles, and other psychedelic insights. My name is Journey, and as you already probably know, I make YouTube videos to support you during your upcome on magic mushroom chips because I always get a little bit nervous on my upcoming and I didn't find enough resources on YouTube to support me. So I designed some support myself. And as an addition to these videos, I felt like I could do a podcast about my personal experiences with it to maybe help other people find more insights or help them loosen a little bit and have less anxiety about the topic because I can totally relate. I'm not the youngest anymore, and I have never been in touch with any psychedelics or any other kind of drugs, etc. So for me, it was really challenging to step into the magical world, but ever since I did, like, I love it. I found my people, I found my spirit. I got so much closer to myself, and I really want other people to profit from that and to feel supported with that, and ideally find themselves through plant medicine, although you're not limited to it because it's still your decision, obviously. So, what can you expect from this podcast? I will be talking about my personal experience and how I approach my trips, as well as a little bit of information that I gathered from the internet, from other people, other YouTube videos that inspire me, and hope you will find excitement about it and that you really like the topic. And I'm I'm so open and so happy to hear back from you as well. Like, I really want to know about your experience or what you want to talk about or what kind of questions you have. So just keep commenting if you would like to be part of this, and I will do my very best to include everybody in the topic. And for now, I would like to tell you about my very first experience with a little bit of a backstory. So, as I already said, like, I never took any kind of drugs when I was younger. I had a very strong opinion about it, and I never wanted to have to do anything with those kind of people. But for some reason, like, I met someone who was very open and not judgmental, and also not judgmental about my opinion because that person was experiencing everything and trying out everything. And that kind of gave me a way in. I don't know, because I didn't feel judged about my opinion on it. As well, I was in a stage of my life where I had a lot of pain mentally, emotionally, and bodily. Like, I have issues with my womb. So we get personal now, okay? So I have issues with my womb and I have a lot of pain there, and there is fibroids in them, and I have ADHD as well, diagnosed, not self-diagnosed, really diagnosed, and a little bit of autism is in there too. So yeah, that's me. Hello. No, um, and I had really troubles with my hormones, and they were so out of balance. And the girlies probably know what I'm talking about when I say the words PMDD, which is a very, oh god, it's just such an extreme form of PMS, like premenstrual syndrome, where before you get your period, you kind of drop into a very deconstructive state of mind, and there's nothing you can do about it because it's hormonal. Usually men don't really understand that because they don't have a cycle like us. Like, you guys, you have a 24-hour cycle, and we have like a 28-day cycle, and with the drop of progesterone and stuff. So it's just really unbearable. And with me, it was even at the point where I had such pain in my womb during that time, and I was thinking about ending things. Like, it got really, really bad mentally. So there, there was not. I just wanted to try out different options that I had because I didn't feel there was somewhere else to go. So, and my algorithm picked up on this quite well, I would say. So it got me into microdosing because the algorithm understood that I'm not in a good place in my life for whatever reason. Or And I did my research because I love doing research before I try out anything. I need to know everything. I come from a background where research is very necessary. So I did my research and really ordered myself some microdosing truffles. And since I knew that I was not expected to feel something when I take a microdose, I kind of, I don't know, because I didn't feel something, like it's just something that should happen on a subconscious level because microdosing shouldn't get you in a different state of mind, obviously. And depending on your weight as well, like you have to calculate how much you can take for it to be a microdose. And one day I decided to not wait for the microdose to finally work, but to see where a little bit more could take me. It was not quite an accident that I took more, but it wasn't necessarily on purpose. I just wanted to try, and I think I took about 3 grams of fresh truffles. Like the microdose ones, they are not very strong. So yeah, and things started shifting. And it was a very interesting experience, a very eye opening experience. It was just magical and fantastic, and I had no anxiety. For me, it felt like being connected to everything and finally understanding a little bit more. And it was just because I didn't take much, right? So it was not really like a big, huge experience. But because I had this tiny, very positive experience, I thought, like, okay, I want to try out more. I want to see where this takes me. And if you are interested in where it will take me or where it did take me, please tune in to the next episodes where I will be covering topics like set and settings and, of course, my very first experience on magic mushrooms. And I really hope to talk to you soon. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions or want me to cover any specific topic, just leave a comment. I'm happy to engage. Until then, thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.